Hi, everybody. I just want to take a few minutes to just talk about a couple of changes that I've made moving forward for an ECI546. I have been so impressed with your incredible perseverance and passion and diligence in this course. This is not an easy course, and you guys have really come through like stormtroopers. But I've definitely been, I know this was a lot of work. The PBI project is a huge project, right? This is a lot of work that you all have to do. You have to collaborate with others. You have to think of some sort of new literacy intervention. You have to go in and act that in a classroom. You have to record that. You have to collect data around it. You have to write a paper. And you're doing all of this in a collaborative group. And so that's just a lot of work. And this is a tough time of the school year, right? So there's all of that. I've certainly been getting lots of questions and concerns about the PBI. It's a huge project. And so I was looking at our schedule, and normally Thanksgiving comes a little bit earlier. And so normally I tend to always do a peer review around week 11. And I just really wasn't thinking about how late Thanksgiving was. And also want to be sure that you feel comfortable about the product that you put in front of your peers when you ask them for feedback. So because of that, I want to go ahead and give you another week to continue to work on your PBI project, okay? Now, for some of you are going to be like, oh, thank goodness. And for some of you are going to be like, oh, darn it, we're already done. Either way, everybody wins, right? Because for those of you who need the extra time, great. And for those of you who don't, well, you kind of get another week to sit back and chill and maybe just make some super, super fine refinements. So this is how this is going to work. So what I've done is changed week 11 directions to just really be another peer review, okay? Not another peer review, another week for you to work on your projects, right? So just take that time to, just continue to work next week. So that's next week. And then what I've done is I've actually just moved the peer review to not next week, but the following week. And you'll find the directions for that in week 12. And so as soon as my screen comes all the way up, I'm afraid to scroll because it'll just go forever. So I'm going to wait for all the videos to come in. And eventually it will let me scroll. There it goes. All right. So week 12 is now where you'll find your directions for your peer review. So this is how this works. What will happen is I will create a list here. I will, team 2, names, we'll review team 7 and the names. Team 3 will look at team 1, whatever. I will make a list right here. I promise there will be a list of folks. Probably make that early next week or maybe even this weekend. Well, what happened is then each team 2 and 7, let's use that as an example. So team 2 will put team 2 and their names. And then what works best is usually just giving us your link to your Google Doc. And your Google Doc must be set to anyone with the link can make comments. That is so important because your peers can't leave comments on your paper if you don't make that setting. So you must set your Google Doc to anyone can make comments. Then what usually happens is within that paper, you'll just have a link, a link to our video is here. And then that link will take people to the video. Now, that video also has to be open for anyone to see. So make sure that's set up public. All right. So then what will happen is if team 2 puts their link there, anyone can make comments. And then team 7 will put their names and their link. Then folks from team 7 will go and look at the link of team 2's. They will leave comments because it's been set that way. Every member of team 7 will leave comments on team 2's paper. If you're leaving comments about the video, then in your comment, you'll say, video, and then tell them what you think about the video, right? So you may have to bubbles of comments about the paper and a couple of comments about the video from all the members. When every single member from team 7 is done reviewing team 2's, right? Then they'll just come behind where they put their link and names, and you'll just put the word done, just so I know that team 7 is done looking at team 2. And then so forth and so on, okay? So how that will work is you all need to have your link to your paper, your names, your team, your names, and your link to anyone can comment paper with the link to your video in it. That all needs to be here on the wiki page. You'll edit the wiki page. That all needs to be here no later than Wednesday, 11/19. And then you have from Wednesday until Sunday for you to complete your peer review. So when I go and look at all everybody's paper, I should see tons and tons and tons of comments from everyone providing constructive criticism, okay? Then what that means is then you have Thanksgiving week, to continue to tweak. There's nothing going on Thanksgiving week. You can do what you want. So you'll have Thanksgiving week to respond and incorporate peer feedback. You'll also have the following week, because your paper's not actually due, your project's not due till Friday, December the 5th. So you'll have the 4th, the 3rd, the 2nd, and the 1st, and whatever, to continue to incorporate or tweak things based on your peer feedback. Okay? I certainly hope that this change in the schedule is helpful. If you have a real problem with it, or if you have a concern or any kinds of questions whatsoever, please email me. But take this extra week, make this a world-class paper and video. I'm here to help.